Hey guys, it's me. Need to come on here and explain there is a very large time gap in the next video. So the last video ended on August 28th, and the next video picks up on September 20th. A full month of no videos. And really the only thing that I can say is that we were living life and just enjoying being together. It is, and of course, September 20th is, this video is taking place on September 20th. Or the video that you're about to watch is taking place on September 20th. And that means that her crazy comeback happens less than a month away from now. Less than a month away from what you're watching. Obviously, time is going to get a little jumbled and things are going to get really sporadic with videos. But as it would so happen, I'm a writer. And one of the things that I was doing from the very beginning of this was keeping meticulous notes for all the things that we were doing during the time, during the entire time we're doing these videos. I'm keeping meticulous notes of what happens and where things go. And really, there's only a few notes that I have for this month, that the month that is skipped over. And the first big note is that at this point in time, we begin to start to get concerned about bleeding from the gums, which could have been any number of a bunch of things, most likely malnutrition. Her weight was very low and was starting to get worse, and she was unable to eat, unable to keep food down, unable to do anything. Unable to really do anything about it. It just continued to get worse. So I really think that's what the bleeding was from. And other than that, we had some mild success in the business. I mean, we were enjoying our time together. We were enjoying working together. We were ramping up in clientele. It was fun. The business was successful. Like, it was working. And we were both really happy about that. During this time also, Brittany's energy levels are starting to go down big time. And you're really gonna see it, not in this video, but in the following videos. You're gonna start seeing that energy level dip tremendously, and to scary degrees. And we'll explain all that when we get there. And I'll come in and I'll do some additional details. Yeah, so not really much to say other than during that month we were just having a good time. We were just living life, and I think that last month there, before things went crazy and then we saw miracles and then things went crazy again, I think that was just a blessing for us. We had normal life together during that time. So that's really good, It's really easy to get hung up on wishing for more time rather than focusing on how good the time that you did have. And I don't know, we were acutely aware of that, and I think that's just what made this happen. So anyway, I'll stop talking and let you get on with the videos. All right, it is currently, what day is it? Tuesday. It is Tuesday, the something. September 20th. I had to check my phone, and we are getting ready to leave on our next Houston trip. There's my lovely wife. And
I'm tired.
Yeah, she woke up this morning, sat in the kitchen for a few seconds on her little stool, and looked at the microwave, and before I knew it, like about maybe 20 minutes had passed, and I looked back over at her, and she was still looking at the microwave. Like, you need to go back to bed? Yeah, okay. So she went back to bed for a couple hours, and she is currently here, and it's about 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30 now, 10:08, and we are getting ready to hit the road. Check out her new makeup box. It was only like $20. I'm able to keep her organized.
We were keeping it in a backpack, which that was not working because I kept on losing stuff. But like, I was very excited that Darren let me get this. Like, look at it. It fits everything.
All the things she could need.
It fits everything, except I can't fit my extras in there. Like, I'm about to run out of makeup wipes, and I have an extra bag, but I can't fit it in here until I get rid of one of them. So that's the only downside to it. But
the downside is she has so much stuff, she cannot possibly fit any more.
I've been getting more into makeup because it makes me feel less cancery.
Yeah. I don't think you look cancery.
You just like my freckles.
I love your freckles. You should never wear makeup.
Well, I'm taking it off right now.
I know, that's why I'm staring at you.
Are you just gonna keep the video going like this?
I mean, I could turn it off. Do you want me to turn it off?
I mean, there's nothing happening anymore.
Oh. Why? What were you... Is that what you wanted to say?
Well, yeah, I was just letting people know that we're about to leave for Houston.
All right. Well, why don't we tell them what we're going for?
Okay.
All right. Well, apparently it's my job to tell you what we're going for. This is a 4 month scan. So 3?
Yeah.
I thought it was 4. Okay. Well, whatever. Maybe.
I don't remember. We got a 3 or 4 month break, and now we're back for just progress scans. And you need to quit flipping the camera like that. Why don't you turn so they can see both of us?
Because I would have to move, and I'm really comfortable right here.
Okay.
Anyway, 3 or 4 months of a reprieve, and now those 3 or 4 months have gone away. I don't think we videoed too much between here and then, but...
We were trying to live, but it turned into we worked on the business.
Which I think is living, you know? You enjoy that quite a bit. I enjoy that quite a bit. I get to write. It's really fun. But yeah, we did that, and we worked on the business and worked on ourselves, and...
I made a new friend.
Yeah, she made a new friend. And we are now, those 4 months are done, and now we're back to rocking and rolling. We're gonna see what they say. We are expecting good news. We're prayerful for good news.
We want 6 months. We want 6 months. That's what we want.
Yeah.
That is my realistic wish. I want more than that, but my realistic wish is 6 months.
Yeah. So the idea is that we, the last time we went for scans 3 or 4 months ago, they said it was all the tumors were either stable or shrinking, and realistically, they're all in the same spot or smaller. So
there's no spread
in
anything.
Yeah, and her she's been feeling better. That's the thing. Like, if she was still feeling bad and like feeling all as bad as she was, or getting worse, I would say like I wouldn't be so certain. But I genuinely feel that this is like her.
I've just been able to do more and like have more awake hours, and I've just been able to do more, and a result from doing more, I'm
pushing yourself more.
Sore because I use muscles that I haven't used in a long time, and so like if I am really sore, like that's usually why I'm sore. It's not because cancer pain specifically, it's because I've aggravated the tumor site or something, because I'm walking up and down steps or something, which is something I'm just not used to doing anymore. My body isn't used to moving
and
that
bending
way. And bending.
Yeah,
I've been doing a lot of bending. Gran recently had a procedure done to check on her heart. They thought she had some blockages going on, but it turns out it was just basically an electrical problem. One of her chambers wasn't firing as much as the other chambers or something like that. I don't know, heart talk, but one side of her heart wasn't working as hard as the other side of the heart, and they need to be working equally. And so they're giving her medication to even it out, and she didn't have any blockages, or she didn't need a stent or anything like that. But it was, you know, a minimally invasive surgery, and so she was down for several days, just resting because she is older. And so I ended up staying with her and taking care of her for 4 days, I think. And during those 4 days, like at the end of it, I was in excruciating pain. But during those 4 days, I did everything. Like, it was a lot of activity.
And surprise, 2 days later, we're going to Houston, and now we got to travel. And we're planning on taking this trip very quickly. So we're leaving on Tuesday, got appointments Wednesday, doctor's appointments Thursday, come home Friday, home by Friday. So we're trying to take this one at a mad sprint, mostly just because
We want to save money and not pay for extra hotel rooms.
B, we want to get back to living. We want to live like we're get back to living and not just, spend a whole bunch of time in a hotel room. But if she needs more time, I guess we can take it. I will ask her on Friday, are we leaving or are we staying? She doesn't know I'm going to ask her that, but I'm
always ask me that.
But, I get the feeling that it might be a possibility that we stay an extra day just to give her some rest. But
it depends on how stressful the
sprint
tests are and stuff, and what we find out on whether I'm gonna need an extra day of rest. Not only do we have like I don't think we have an MRI, but we might. But I know we have CTs, and we've got the oncology appointment. We've got a psychiatrist appointment. Blood test, urinalysis.
well, that's just standard.
Yeah, but
The vampires want their due every time you go in.
yeah. But I'm also doing an EKG this time. And
Just to check the heart.
Yeah, just to check the heart, because if you're on methadone, which is the pain medicine that I'm on, they have to periodically do EKGs to check your heart. I don't know why. Like, I didn't realize there was like a risk for methadone that you have to watch out for with the heart. So I'll have to like ask questions about that and learn more about that, because nobody told us that that was going to be a thing when we got on methadone. And so I don't know what that's about. But yeah, my blood pressure is probably going to be really high because I've been really stressed out. There's been a lot of family stuff that like isn't necessarily between me and Darren, so I can't really talk about it on here because it's not my story to share. Usually I'm an open book with y'all, but this isn't stuff about us. This is stuff about other people, and I don't want to just like talk about their situation. But we've been privy to a lot of drama and a lot of bad things that have been going on with other members of the family, and it's caused a lot of stress just trying to be there for them and worrying about them and trying to help them as much as possible through a bad situation. And so my blood pressure is probably really high and then just being at MD Anderson, period. Like
Yeah.
my blood pressure is always high because I get nervous going, and then the pain causes it to go higher, and then stress from work and stuff. This trip just so happens to line up perfectly with when all of our clients are supposed to be scheduling their next month blog post, and I've got a busy week of invoicing and paying and scheduling and all the things. So it's gonna be interesting.
Gonna be fun. There was something else I was gonna say. I really don't remember what it is though, and that's pretty common. So I don't know. I feel like this is a good point for Myers out. So anyway, we'll touch base with you guys again from the road, probably. Maybe not. Hopefully
when
she's
we get
sleeping.
there.
Hopefully she's sleeping the whole time, which would be nice. But if not, we'll touch base at some point. We know we will.
Well, we are bright and early in the morning off for my CT. You can't eat before a CT, and so usually that's not a problem for me because I don't eat breakfast really, but it never fails. On the days that I can't eat are the days that I'm actually hungry and want/need to eat. So yeah, that's fun.
You get to drink a big bottle of Contrast for breakfast.
Yeah, yay.
You can do the smoothie version instead if it would make you feel better.
No, definitely will not make me feel better. So yeah, it's bright and early in the morning. Well, it's not even bright and early. It's still dark in the morning when we are leaving. Oh my gosh, it's still dark. Ugh. Okay, now we figured out where we were going. We were going to EKG.
Floor 6.
Or 6. We had no idea what floor we were supposed to go to. And I started filming before I realized, like, oh yeah, let's go here. I am doing okay. I'm not really too nervous about the EKG, itself, but I have been under a lot of stress and I'm in a lot of pain, and so I don't know how that's going to affect the EKG, and so I'm worried about the effects that it will have, and what they're going to tell me is the problem. Alright guys, Darren wanted me to explore his childhood.
It's not my childhood. Not at all.
I have never heard of nor been to a Buc-ee's. And so now we are experiencing Buc-ee's. There's a Buc-ee's right next to our hotel in Houston, but Darren was like, this Buc-ee's does not do the name justice. And so now we are at what Darren calls a real Buc-ee's.
It's an actual Buc-ee's.
It's an actual Buc-ee's, and we're gonna go in and experience whatever this is. Well, I experienced Buc-ee's for the first time. I was not that impressed by the bathrooms, which Darren said that I would be like super impressed by. They were just big bathrooms that were actually clean, like bathrooms are supposed to be. So wasn't that impressed by their world famous bathrooms, but I was very impressed by everything else. I didn't like any of their food, like just because I walked in, it was way too many smells and it made me a little nauseous. But the concept is very impressive. And I have found that this is the place I want to go to shop for all of my t-shirts, because I've been looking for some faith-based like t-shirts, and I look online and I just can never find some that are cute and that don't that aren't reused over and over again, like the sayings and the quotes in there. And I found some really, really cute t-shirts, and I wish I could have bought every single one of them, but I only bought one. But there was like 8 that I wanted to buy. So I got myself a t-shirt, and then Gran has been staying at the house for us, and so I got her some fudge, because she likes fudge. And so I got her a variety 6-pack of fudge customized to flavors that she would like. So, let's see how impressive this is. This is oh, and I got one more special thing too, which I'll show you in a second. I got one pillows in the way. There you go. Alright. I got the t-shirt, which is super cute. It says, sacrifice like Esther, love like Ruth, serve like Martha, pray like Hannah, believe like Mary, and dance like Miriam. And the reason that I got this one is because I actually have a Bible study that I want to do called Daughters of Grace, which walks you through different women in the Bible and their stories, and like what God's done through their life, and how God uses women just as much as He uses men. And so it like went along perfectly with something that I have been seeking out myself in my personal devotionals and stuff. And so I think it was just like really fitting that I finally saw a t-shirt that matched so perfectly.